Welcome back to Hollywood Spirituality. Next up, witchy women cast a spell over Hollywood.
I play Bonnie in this film, The Craft. The Craft is about 4 girls my age who are into witchcraft.
No, I am not a witch, but I play one in the movies.
Forget Broomhilda. Today's screen witches are more girl next door than hideous hag. But long before Hollywood discovered the sexy side of the sorceress, real witches were quietly practicing the pagan rituals of Wicca.
The word witch is an old Anglo-Saxon word, witcha, actually. It meant a wise one or a shaman. Wicca is the term that we use to refer to the religion of the goddess, the old religion of the goddess. It predates Christianity and Judaism and Islam by thousands of years.
Phyllis Curott, an attorney and high priestess of Wicca, is the author of The Book of Shadows, which chronicles her journey into the world of witchcraft.
I guess one of the greatest misunderstandings about witchcraft or Wicca is that, you know, it's demonology or that there's Satanism or that we're casting evil spells, all that kind of silly, stereotypical stuff that just isn't true.
Today's modern witches are coming out of the broom closet, thanks in part to Hollywood's portrayal of the good witch.
People are discovering that behind the mask of the hideous hag is actually the beautiful face of the goddess. And that's what you're seeing in all these shows and movies in Hollywood about witches.
The first witch to cast a spell over Hollywood with a twitch of her nose was Samantha Stevens, played by Elizabeth Montgomery in the TV classic Bewitched. But today's TV witches are much more liberated.
From what I remember, Samantha didn't want to use her magic, and Darren wouldn't really let her use her magic. But in this, it's like her aunts are trying to get her to use her magic. It's like, come on, Sabrina, use your magic.
The 3 bewitching beauties on TV's Charmed play sisters with special powers.
Piper peeping duck!
You know, Aaron Spelling is a genius of tapping into what's hot in the culture, and witches are enormously hot in the culture right now. And it especially speaks to teenage girls who are seeking empowerment.
First of all, to show women in a strong, powerful position is really interesting.
Recently, I've come across a bunch of times where I really desperately wanted the power.
One of the things that I love about Charmed is that, you know, they rarely try to manipulate or control with a spell. All you see them doing is helping, and that's very much what we do.
Where's Allison?
I have her stashed upstairs. Come on.
We're good witches. We're very good witches. We do things to help people, not harm them.
Witches are being portrayed as very attractive, which is a big change from the hideous hag with the green face and the wart on her nose, which is not what witches look like. We look like the young women that you see in Charmed, and that's terrific.
All kinds of people are witches. There are lawyers, doctors, nurses, school teachers, every walk of life.
Raven Mounani, owner of the store Raven's Flight and herself a practicing witch, credits the 1996 movie The Craft for inspiring young women to explore the world of witches.
I get a lot of teenage girls in here. You can always tell when The Craft has been on TV because we get a big influx of girls looking for supplies.
I've never even thought about witchcraft until I did this movie. I thought there were people in pointy hats. I didn't realize that it was a religion.
Witchcraft is the fastest growing spiritual practice in the United States right now.
It can be used for a lot of really positive things, you know, and there's such a taboo around it, you know, and it's uncalled for. Because, I mean, it's all up to you. It's what you want to do with it, you know.
Magic only exists if you allow it, if you open yourself up to the possibility of, you know.
A lot of actors who don't mention their names, of course, are very much into this. Because it can be a very positive thing. It can be very healing.
I think that we have a lot of, I don't know, superstitions that come from the witches of Salem and witches being evil and the way that they've been, it's like propaganda, the way they've been portrayed. But it's just a religion.
Witchcraft is goddess spirituality. We have a sense of the divine as feminine. Witches are priests and priestesses of the goddess.
But you don't need to be female to worship the goddess and become a witch.
I happen to think there's a witch in absolutely every single person on the planet. There are a lot of male witches. I'd say now about 40% of practitioners are men. It's somebody who has learned to experience the divine within themselves and in the world around them. You'll see us cast a circle, and that is the beginning of the creation of sacred space. It's the way that we honor the earth as sacred, and it's the way that we connect ourselves to each other. Hand to hand and heart to heart, we cast our circle to summon the goddess into the world. When we light a candle, it's a way of bringing the divine light within ourselves out and giving it expression in the world.
May this light illuminate all four corners of the globe and bring with it peace and healing.
It's kind of a symbolic act. It's a way in which we bring the fire, the holy fire, the light of the spirit which is within each of us out into the world. And that's very much what our work is about. It's about bringing the light of truth and beauty and bringing the spirit of the goddess back into the world. As women increasingly take their place in the culture, it's only natural that they're going to seek an image of the divine that reflects their wisdom and their truth and their beauty. And when women look into the mirror of the goddess, what they see is an image of themselves as wise and powerful and beautiful.
This has definitely proven to be something that is very real, you know, and in a good way, in a very positive way.
I think the new millennium belongs to the goddess. It's the moment. The goddess has returned, and she's everywhere.
We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean.
When we come back,